Women with children do not know how to be partners because they spent years of their life with a man, married or unmarried. Then they go back to the dating scene. Let me repeat that again. Women with children don't know how to be partners because they spent years of their life with a man, married or unmarried, then go back to the dating scene. They're in the dating scene, lost, confused, learning how to be partners based off of what their friends tell them, their family tell them, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and social media. We're in a day and age where we're getting the scraps, the leftovers, after their boyfriends and their baby daddies left them, or they left their boyfriends or their baby daddies. Now they're 24, 25, 26, 27 years old, having their second, third relationship, learning how to be a woman based off of what they see on television. Women with children can be horrible partners. Let me explain why. This man that they were with, that married them or didn't marry them, for years of their life, this woman was out of the dating scene. 4, 5, 6, 7 years of her life, she was out of the dating scene. Now, picture this. Picture having an iPhone 3, then 5 years later, it's an iPhone 7, iPhone 8, iPhone 8 Plus. Don't you think that there's a big difference between having an iPhone 3 and an iPhone 8? And that is these women in these relationships after being with a man, after being with their baby daddy. They are out of date. Just like that phone, when you see your phone, you get that notification, please update your phone, software required. These women are out of date. They expired. They do not know how to be great partners. They don't know how to be good partners. They don't know how to be partners. They just feel that they're a woman, they're the catch, and you should be treating them right. Let me repeat that again. They feel that they're a woman, they're the catch, and you should be treating them right. How so? How so, Sway? How so? These men are ruining women, and in turn, women come to you damaged. If you were with a man for 4 or 5 years and you jump back into the dating scene, you don't know how the dating scene works. You're learning from hearing your friends talk about their relationships. You're learning through scrolling. You're learning through family. You're learning through your cousins, your aunts, your uncles. Dating a woman with a child is a horrible decision. If I looked at every woman that I dated, the woman that I dated with the child was the worst decision of my life. I will be 100 years old regretting dating Alicia. And let me tell you why. They think they know it all. They think they know what they want in a man. Basically money, but they think they want it. They know it all. They think they're relationship experts. Women with children, you out there, the audience, if you knew it all, if you knew how to find a good man, if you knew what a good man looked like, if you knew what you wanted in a man, if you knew what you deserved in a man, maybe, just maybe, you would have picked the good man to raise your child. But here you are now, a single mother, and that child is coming home to one parent instead of two. Her mother lives this way, her father lives that way. But now you're a relationship dating expert, single mother, Alicia. Now you know what you want in a man. Now you know what you deserve. Now you know what a man should do for you. If you could pick good men, If you knew how to pick good men, why didn't you pick a good man when you decided to let that man inside of you and 9 months later, a baby pops out? Why won't you a good man picker then? Why weren't you a good man picker when you were pregnant? When you took that pregnancy test? When you let that man all up inside of you? Why won't you a good woman who chooses a good man then? Why didn't you know what you wanted then? Riddle me that. Make it make sense. A lot of you sorry women out there all of a sudden know what they want and know what they deserve, know what kind of man they want. They're so picky, but they were not so picky when they let that man all up inside of them and give them that child. Look at their hand. Look at their finger. Huh. Ringless. 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 No ring on their finger. And you women out there that, you women, you women that had a child with a man that didn't marry you. The T. And repeat that again. You women out there that had a child with a man and he didn't even marry you before you got pregnant, while you got pregnant, or after your pregnancy. The T. Why? What does that say about you? That says more about you than it says about him. Let me repeat that again. That says more about you than it says about him. But now, after you've had a child, and that child's going to grow up and ask these questions one day, because children are smart. They see, I see that child. Okay, I see their mom, their dad. Why my mommy and my dad aren't together? Why does my mom live somewhere and my dad live somewhere else? Because don't get me wrong, I asked those same questions when I got older. Because I went to school and I hear kids talking about, oh, my parents did this on the weekend. You heard all these stories on Monday when you go back to school of what these children and their parents did over the weekend. I asked myself, how come my parents aren't together? How come I don't have these same stories? How come I see my dad on the weekends? How come these children have both of their parents and I don't? That child one day is going to ask themselves that question. The same question I asked myself. And as they get older and older and older, and their courage builds and grows to where they feel they can ask these questions and don't get in trouble, they're going to ask you, Mom. They're going to ask you, Dad, why aren't you together? Why are you separated? Why do I see my dad on the weekends? And you, Mom, and you, Dad, hopefully you tell them the truth. Because my parents lied to me when I was a child, and when I got older, they finally tell me the truth. But I can't fathom why you women can pick good men, and you're good men pickers, and you know what you want in a man, but your baby daddy didn't marry you. and you were with them for years of your life, and you wasted your time. And you conceived a child, and he sees that child on the weekends. But you're such a good man. And for you women that were married to a man and had a child, I might give you a little bit of slack. But you women that stayed with the man for years of your life and had a child with him and stayed with him after the child, for the child, but you wouldn't stay with him for marriage, you women make me sick. Oh, I stayed with him because we had a child, but you were with him for several years before you had a child. And he didn't marry you. So if he was with you for a year or 2 years or 9 months or 3 years or 2 years and 9 months and he didn't marry you, he didn't get down on one knee, you fool, do you think he's going to get down on one knee just because he had a child? More than likely not. If he didn't want to marry you before the child, he probably don't want to marry you after. But you women with children that think you're the catch, you disgust me. You women with children that had a man waste years of your life, give you a child, you held on to that child for 9 months. He didn't marry you, and you think you know what you want in a man. You fool. You make me sick. I'm tired of you women that had these men waste your life away. Because in life, there's only one thing that's not promised, and that's time. There's one thing you're not going to get back, that's time. And there's one thing you should hold dear to your heart, that's time. You women that let this man waste years of your life away, give you a baby, y'all break up, you're a single mother, and he's out here being with someone else, you are a fool. So don't tell me, women, that you know how to pick a man. Ain't no ring ever touched your finger. No ring has ever been on your finger. He hasn't proposed. Y'all ain't married. No engagement ring. He ain't even get you a promise ring. He didn't even get you a promise ring. You know, back in my day in high school and in my younger days, you get a woman a promise ring. You know, he didn't even get you a promise ring. He didn't get you a promise ring. He didn't get you a ring from Zara's or Walmart. He didn't get you any kind of ring, but you know how to pick men. But you didn't know how to pick a baby daddy. Riddle me that. Women, your baby daddy didn't want to be with you for years of your life, and you think you know what you want in a man. And let me be honest, man, if guess what? Think about this for a second. If a woman was with a man for years and they conceived a child and she stayed with them for the child, but she didn't leave him before the child, but she left him after the child, which makes no sense. Think about this, man. If a man was with a woman for several years, they lived together, didn't live together, they were with each other for several years, and he didn't marry her. Men, what do you think? Who's the problem, him or her? If I'm with someone for several years and I'm like, man, I'm not marrying her, what does that tell you about the woman? Because a man has options and a woman has options. But if a man is with a woman for several years, I'm going to repeat this again. If he's with a woman for several years and he decides he's not going to marry her and he does not marry her after year one, year two, what does that say about that woman? Men, look for these signs that these women will not be great partners because her baby daddy was with her for 3, 4, 5, 6 years. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years and didn't propose one time. Do you think she's wifey material? Probably not.